The new Ranger Radio from the University of Wisconsin Parkside. WIPZ Kenosha. Streaming online 24/7 at WIPZ.org.
Good afternoon, Parkside. This is Aron Yohannes, of course, here live in the WIPZ studios, of course. We're live on WIPZ.org, live in the Brickstone, live in the Den, every single day, 24/7 around the clock. But right now, I have some guests in studio with me from Bradford High School. And today they're going to talk to you all about a documentary that they have being set up here in the Kenosha area. So, of course, I would like to introduce to you all the high school students of Kenosha Bradford High School.
Hello, I'm Caroline Habig. I'm the psychology teacher who's working to organize this project. Today, I have a couple students with me. One, a filmmaker. Two, a very active student government representative who's working on our project to spread the word. And then our project coordinator. The project is called The Good Citizen, and we're going to tell you a little bit about how we are using film and interviews to really bring a new perspective to understanding citizenship today. I think our first student filmmaker should tell you a little bit about her film, and then we'll tell you why you should come see it.
Okay, so along with being a good citizen comes political participation, and a lot of people think that goes along with just voting, but there's a whole nother side to that, which is community service, volunteering, protesting, and not a lot of people are as informed about that as they are about voting. So we want to inform you about that and show that anyone of all ages can get informed with political participation.
And like Becky said, I'm Jack Heidi. I'm going to be the MC at the event. And everybody, you don't have to be in high school, college. You could be any age and just come out and have a good time. We should have some food there. You'll learn about what it takes to be a good citizen. And it should be a whole lot of fun. So come out and enjoy.
And I'm Valeria Martinez. I am the project manager. My role in this project is coordinating basically everything from grants to the programs and different things like that. And we hope you stop by. It's on March 16th at 7 o'clock here at Parkside, your cinema.
Valeria, do you want to tell us a little bit about why, we wanted to have this community event at the Parkside Cinema? Why not just use a screen in a theater within our school district?
Well, I think Parkside stands for the community, and it's a way for their school to, not only show their theater or their cinema, but, expand their role in the community. And as for us, having it, we could have done it in the Bradford Auditorium, but doing it at Parkside, it shows that anyone can go to this event. It's for everyone. It really just broadens the spectrum of our audience.
Well, of course, we all want to thank you all for coming in the studio today. There are guest stars here in WIPZ.
The new Ranger Radio from the University of Wisconsin Parkside. WIPZ Kenosha. Streaming online 24/7 at WIPZ.org.
Now, going back to my guest from Bradford High School. Now, you all have started you're starting the documentary.
Well, we finished it. Now
you finished?
Yeah, it was a whole semester-long project. If you come to the documentary, you're going to see interviews with professors at Madison from the Political Science Department. You're going to see interviews with local politicians, as well as other leaders around our community, as well as the average citizen.
Whoa, cool. Now, I need to know, of course, I think with any movie or documentary that you've made, are there a set of bloopers that the fans get to, or that the students get to watch? Is there any set of bloopers that are in there by any chance?
They're not in there, but
there were plenty of them.
Yeah, there were plenty of them. One thing I would say as the teacher that I really appreciate about this film and other student projects is that there's things that are humorous or little nuances that each student brings to their film that I think can be appreciated in a comedic fashion as well.
Yeah.
We'll have to save those for the Facebook page and maybe on Twitter and
Of course, you gotta take advantage as much as you can of that social media to help promote the documentary, of course. But once again, we're here in WIPZ in the studios. You can catch us online at WIPZ.org, live in the Brixton, live in the Den. If you want to call in, or if you even want to talk about the documentary going on here from the students of Bradford High School, you can call or text us. Yes, we do have texting. So you can call or text us at 262-515-9479. We're going to take a quick break right here and get right back to you here in the studios as I have the students of Bradford High School with me here on WIPZ.org. Welcome back, Parkside. This is Aron Yohannes, of course, here in the WIPZ studios. Remember, we're online at WIPZ.org and live in the Brixton, also in the Den as well. I have the students of Kenosha Bradford High School who want to talk about the social media and the effects of citizenship. But anyways, I have the students right now of Kenosha Bradford High School, and they want to talk a little bit more about their documentary that they have already made, and they're going to be showing it here at Parkside. And now they're going to talk a little bit about the citizenship of social media in the world today. So you can go ahead, guys.
Well, chances are, if you're listening right now, you may be pretty wired yourself when it comes to various types of online media and social media. One of the things that I challenge students to think about and that they really embraced during the course of this making of the documentary and doing their research was looking at how has social media, Facebook, Twitter, really changed how people engage within their communities and within traditional politics as well. Becky, you want to tell us a little bit about what you know and what your other co-filmmakers talked about in their films when it comes to using social media, and how is it different than just reading a newspaper?
Okay, so how things used to be, most people read newspapers and stuck to paper things, but now we're reaching a whole new age, which is, I guess you could call it the technology age, and you can use the internet to find almost anything, and that's what we're going to do with the Good Citizen Project. We have it on Facebook and Twitter, as well as we're hanging up posters all over to help find it.
But specifically, to bring that back to what we talked about within the film, is in the past, people would really just have to rely on their newspapers or their friends and family in close circles to really get and share information. And one thing that I know some other filmmakers who aren't here with us tonight really look at in their film is how have Facebook and Twitter really helped to mobilize people? How has reposting been a way to share even traditional media, say the JS Online, and really looking at how do these tools, how are they used not only for fun in our social life and advertising, kind of like Becky just talked about, but also to help us engage more within our own community, and how are politicians using it, as well as the everyday person to get more involved. Speaking of involvement.
Well, one thing we're doing, we'll be posting on Facebook very soon, is we're working on getting the Bradford Culinary Skills Program to host and cater at the film festival event. And they're they should be having at least gourmet popcorn or anything along the lines of that, and it should be very good. So we'll keep you posted on that.
Yeah, and that's one of our goals for this project, is to really get a wide variety of not only students, but the community involved, but starting with students, like Jack has pointed out, Bradford actually has a really large culinary arts program, and I've just learned today that 2 of the former students from that program have actually earned the Top Chef Awards, and it's kind of cool that Jack came to me with the idea of, trying to see if we can get that department on board, which is another way, of bringing in Bradford people. Valeria, you want to tell us a little bit about how other students are getting involved that'll really add to, the experience of the event? Like, what can people expect to see and hear when
music.
they come?
Another way we are involving kids and their talents is music. We are having a jazz group perform, during the reception and beforehand. And another involvement method is we're having videographers and photographers, students filming and documenting the whole event and getting the community standpoint on what they thought about the event.
Right. We're going to be trying to harness the power of Twitter, as well as just, even our film collaborative at Gmail, to get some feedback after the event, because we believe that the event is, also a way to kind of create a dialogue in terms of how do we connect what goes on in our classrooms more with what goes on in the community.
The number one thing I want to point out for you guys, too, is use that social media. Because the world that we live in today, social media is absolutely ridiculous. We've seen Heck, we've seen Rebecca Black, we've seen Justin Bieber, we've seen these guys blow up just because of social media. So if you can go out and you can promote on Twitter anywhere you can, on any media websites, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, any of them, use those to your advantage, because I tell you, that's the number one advantage anybody can have, is using that social media. Because the number one thing about it is people get famous for free. You don't have to pay for a membership or anything. It's free. You just go, you sign up, and boom. A lot of people can blow up just off of Twitter and Facebook. So that's one thing I think I can point out for you all, is you all, want to help promote with this program, of course, and with your documentary. So use that social media once again to your advantage.
Going back to the whole Facebook, Twitter thing, you can find us on Facebook under The Good Citizen Free Film Collaborative, and Twitter, you can look us up at Film Collaborative, but it ends at the I.
Okay. Well, of course, do you have anything else that you all want to point out to the students here at UW Parkside online or anything else?
One thing I'd like to say, it was kind of interesting. We've all been working hard at trying to get, our print media out, which was the poster and the postcard. And I was actually walking around downtown Racine doing some of this work. We've all kind of done our own time. And I actually had the pleasure of running into a Parkside student who saw one of our posters at just even a coffee shop around, and she, she's into psychology, and this is a psychology project, so that kind of drew her in. But it was really kind of neat to get some of her feedback, and she said that it was neat to see how high school students are making film and really finding new ways to show what they're learning. And it was kind of cool to hear that, that there's interest outside of high school, because this really is a community event. There's going to be people of all ages, and it's free. March 16th. It's a Friday at the UW Parkside Cinema, 7 o'clock, doors 6:30.
Okay, well, thank you, of course, for coming on. Once again, folks, this is the students of Kenosha Bradford High School. I want to thank you all for coming on and sitting in studios, of course, as you get to experience WIPZ. Remember, you guys can text or call the studios at 262-515-9479. Once again, I want to thank the students of Kenosha Bradford High School for coming on today. And I wish you guys nothing but the best from here on out, of course. I know you guys can definitely do that with your success that you have already had. So from here, I think for everybody here at Parkside and WIPZ, we wish you all the best, of course.
Right, thanks for having us.
Thank you.